Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Nur Hidayatul Husna binti Muhammad Taufik. My matric number is A18A0498. I'm from Group 25. I will talk about the Malaya United Industries Berhad company's background. Malaya United Industries Berhad or MUI Group incorporated in Malaysia on 28 May 1960. MUI listed on 30 June 1971. MUI primarily engaged in retailing, hotels, food and confectionery, financial service and property development. There are three key attributes which are strong, efficient and trustworthy. MUI are sectors in consumer products and services. The first primarily engaged in MUI is retailing. Retailing established two business entities which are Laura Ashley in UK and Metro Jaya in Malaysia. Laura Ashley is an international apparel and home furnishing retail chain in English style. Laura Ashley has 236 franchise stores around UK and other 26 countries. Metro Jaya is a leading departmental store chain in Malaysia. Metro Jaya had 5 departmental stores and 4 specialty stores in Malaysia. Second is hotels. MUI operates 7 hotels in UK and 2 hotels in Malaysia under Chorus and Laura Ashley brand. The third one is property. MUI Properties Berhad was incorporated in Malaysia in 2nd September 1965. On 28 September 1966, MUI Properties was listed on the main board of the Kuala Lumpur Exchange and now known as Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. The primary activities of those subsidiary companies are property development, sales of oil palm fruits, property investment, and investment holding. Fourth is food. This division manufactures and markets a range of chocolate and confectionery products. MUI came up with a variety of brands such as Tango, Crispy, Tudor Gold, and Candos. MUI involved in manufacturing, export, marketing, and distribution of chocolate and confectionery. The objective is to produce affordable, quality chocolates for the mass markets in Asia. Last core business that MUI run is financial service. The group offers stockbroking and investment management service to the public and business corporation. Location MUI run financial service is at Kuala Lumpur, Puchong, Klang, Seremban, Melaka, Penang, Batu Pahat, Jelebu and Banting.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. I am Norzana binti Rafidin. Matric number A18A0614. Today I will present about horizontal ratio analysis for MUI company from year 2017 until 2019. For the current ratio in 2017 shows the higher compared to the other 2 years. So that's mean in the year 2017 is the higher ratio reflect the ability to pay its short-term obligation on time. Next is quick ratio. Quick ratio in 2018 shows the higher compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in the year 2018 reflect that the ability to pay its short-term obligation without rely on inventories. Debt to equity in 2019 shows higher compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in 2019, the ratio 1.02% reflect the higher amount of debt. Time interest earned in 2017 shows the higher compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in the year 2017, MUI Malaysia able to pay the interest using its earning before tax or operating expenses. Account receivable turnover in 2017 shows the higher ratio compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in the year 2017, it's reflect the effectiveness in collecting receivable. Days sale in receivable in year 2019 get the longest or higher days than year 2017 and 2018. This is because the longest or higher day sales, the company will get the effectiveness of account receivable to generate sales turnover. Higher ratio reflect the effectiveness of inventory to generate sales. In the year 2017, show the higher ratio compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in that year, the effectiveness of inventory to generate sales. Higher ratio indicates higher return to shareholder. In the year 2018, show the higher ratio indicate compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in that year, the return to shareholder also shows the higher. Higher ratio indicates higher return on firm's investment. In the year 2018, show the higher ratio indicates compared to the other 2 years. That's mean in that year, the return on firm investment is the higher. Gross profit margin. Higher ratio indicate higher contribution margin. In the year 2017, gross profit margin is the higher ratio indicates also means that 2017 show the higher contribution margin. The operating profit margin ratio indicates how much profit a company makes after paying for variable cost of production. In the year 2017, show the higher operating profit margin that indicate profit company after paying for variable cost of production. Higher ratio indicate better income to shareholder. In 2017, net profit margin shows the higher ratio indicate that also show the better income to shareholders. For the asset turnover, higher ratio reflect the effectiveness of total asset to generate sales or return on firm investment. In year 2017, asset turnover is the higher compared to the other 2 years. That means 2017 reflect the effectiveness of total asset to generate sales. And lastly, day sale inventory. Day sale in inventory indicates the average time required for a company to convert its inventory into sales. In the year 2017, in inventory indicates is more efficient at selling off its inventory, while in 2019 indicates that it may have invested too much in inventory.
Now, I will talk about the company background of Asia File Corporation Berhad. Asia File Corporation Berhad was listed on stock exchange in Malaysia since 1996. Asia File Corporation, alongside with its subsidiaries, which is the group, primarily engaged in manufacturing and marketing of various filing and stationery items. Asia Files offer a wide range of products made from paperboard, plastic and metals. Asia Files is sector in consumer products and services. Next is history of Asia File Corporation Berhad. Asia File produce and supply stationery. The group started as a family business and operate a bookshop with a small-scale manufacturing facilities. The group producing files, selling textbooks and stationery items to retailers. On November 1987, Asia File take over the manufacturing activities of the family business. The main product is paper and board files. The group has 2 factories in Kuala Lumpur and Johor Bahru and a head office in Penang. Asia File Corporation set up subsidiaries in the UK and Singapore as representative office. Next is Asia File Corporation as a success manufacturing. Asia File as a manufacturer of world-class standard. Asia File remain number 1 manufacturer in Malaysia with a comprehensive distribution network of more than 650 retailers and office suppliers. Since 2003, Asia File have won numerous accolades including the Super Brand Malaysia Award and the Best Quality Supplier Award. Next is Asia File Corporation Vision. Asia File wants to make sure a one-stop integrated stationery house, an internationally acclaimed global stationery player, and a world-class stationery manufacturer.
My name is Nur Aida Fasiha binti Cik Johar. Okay, I will talk about financial analysis in Asia File Corporation Berhad. Okay, first is current ratio. The formula for current ratio is current asset divided by current liability. Current ratio in 2019 is the higher compared to the other 2 years. So that means in the year 2019 is the higher ratio reflect the ability to pay its short-term obligations on time. Next is quick ratio. The formula for quick ratio is current asset minus inventory and divide by current liability. Current ratio in 2019 is the higher compared to the other 2 years. So that means in the year 2019 is the higher quick ratio reflect that the ability to pay its short-term obligations without rely on inventories. Then debt to equity. The formula for debt to equity is total liability divided by equity. Debt to equity in year 2017 is the higher compared to the other 2 years. So that means in 2017 with the ratio 70% reflect the higher amount of debt. Okay, next is time interest earned. The formula is EBIT divided by interest. Time interest earned in year 2019 is the higher compared to the other 2 years. So that means in the year 2019, Aselfi able to pay the interest using its earning before tax or operating expenses. Sales divided by total assets is the formula for total asset turnover. Higher ratio reflect the effectiveness of total assets to generate sales or return on firm investment. In 2017, asset turnover is the higher compared to the other 2 years. That means 2017 reflect the effectiveness of total assets to generate sales or return on firm investment. Okay, next is account receivable turnover, which is the formula is sales divided by account receivable. Account receivable turnover in year 2017 is the higher ratio compared to the other 2 years. So that means in the year 2017, it reflects the effectiveness in collecting receivables. Okay, then days sales in receivable, which is the formula is 365 divided by account receivable turnover. Days sales in receivable in year 2019 get the longest or higher days than year 2017 and 2018. This is because the longest or higher the sales, the company will get the effectiveness of account receivables to generate sales turnover. COGS or sales divided by inventory is the formula for inventory turnover. Inventory turnover in year 2017 is the highest ratio than year 2018 and 2019. So that means it reflects the effectiveness of inventory to generate sales. Okay, then this sales in inventory, which is the formula is 365 divided by inventory turnover. This sales in inventory in year 2018 is higher than 2017 and 2019. This is because the higher the days sales, the company will get the effectiveness of inventory to generate sales. Okay, the next ratio is return on asset, which is earning after tax divided by total asset. Higher ratio indicates higher return of firm investment. In the 2 years, which is 2017 and 2018, shows the higher ratio compared to the year 2019. That means in the year the return on firm investment. Okay, next, earning after tax divided by common equity is the return on equity formula. Higher ratio indicates higher return to shareholders. In the year 2017 and 2018 shows the higher ratio compared to the year 2019. That means in the year the return to shareholder is higher. After that, gross profit margin, which is gross profit divided by sales. Higher ratio indicates higher contribution margin. In year 2017, gross profit margin is the higher ratio indicates they also show higher contribution margin. The second last ratio is operating profit margin, which is the formula is operating income divided by sales. The operating profit margin in 2017 is higher than 2018 and 2019. The higher ratio indicated better productivity in Asia 5 company for their services. Lastly is the net profit margin, which is net profit divided by sales. Since the net profit margin is for 2018 is the highest, therefore the net profit margin for 2018 is better compared to the year 2017 and 2019. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nur Hazima binti Asik. My metric number is A18A0496. For our assignment, I will explain about vertical ratio of Malayan United Industry Berhad and Asia Corporation Berhad for year 2019. I want to explain about current ratio. The current ratio of MUI Malaysian company is 0.64, which is lower than the current ratio of the Asia 5, which is 5.47 times. The difference value between two companies is 4.83. That means MUI Malaysian company has 0.64 of current asset for every above Rm 1 ringgit of liability compared with Asia 5 has Rm 44.7 of current assets for every Rm 5 ringgit current liability. The conclusion, Asia 5 is doing great and efficient in company operating. Second, I will explain about quick ratio. The quick ratio of Asia 5, which is 3.87, is higher than the quick ratio of the MUI Malaysian company, which is 0.31. The difference value between these two companies is 3.56 times. That means Asia 5 has Rm 3 ringgit of current liability. The firm has Rm 3 ringgit 87 of current asset without inventory and prepayment to report the Rm 3 ringgit of liability, while MUI Malaysian company has Rm 31 cent of current liability for every above Rm of liability. The conclusion, Asia 5 is doing great and efficient in company operating. The debt to equity of Asia 5 is 30%, which has higher than the debt to equity MUI Malaysian company, which is 1.02%. The difference percentage between these two companies is 11.98%. That means the owner equity of Asia 5 can afford to cover their liability to the highest value of total equity. The debt to equity of Asia 5 is 30%, which has higher than the debt to equity MUI Malaysian company, which is 1.02%. The difference percentage between these two companies is 11.98%. That means the owner equity of Asia 5 can afford to cover their liability due to the highest value of total equity. What is time interest earned? The times interest earned of MUI Malaysian is 1.16 times, which has higher than the time interest earned Asia 5, which is negative 41.8 times. The difference of value between these two companies is negative 49.99 times. So the owner interest of MUI Malaysian in year 2017 can afford to cover their liability due to the highest value of interest, which Asia 5 cannot afford to cover their liability due to the highest value of interest. Fifth is account receivable interval turnover. The account receivable of MUI Malaysian company is
0.00056, which has lower than Asia 5, which is 4.77 times. The difference of value between the company is 4.77 times. The conclusion: Asia 5 is doing great and efficient in company receivable turnover. 6a, I will explain about days sales in receivable. The days sales in receivable of MUI Malaysian company is 651 days, 7,085 days, is highest than Asia 5 which is 76 days. The difference between the company is 651 and 7,009 days. That means Asia 5 has the advantage to performing their sale in receivable as they have fewer days than the MUM Malaysia company. Okay, 7. I will explain to you about the inventory turnover. The inventory turnover of Asia 5 is only K1.94, which is highest value than inventory turnover MUI Malaysian company, 0.001 times. The difference of value to company is 1.939 times. That means Asia find the effectiveness of inventory to generate sales, while MUI Malaysian company most doing it to generate sales. It is return on equity. The return on equity of MUI Malaysian company is negative 0.388%. Is lowest than the return on equity of Asia 5, which is 80%. The difference of percentage between two companies is 8.388%. Higher ratio indicate higher return on firm investment. That means Asia for sure the higher ratio indicate compare MUM measure. The conclusion: Asia found that year the return on firm investment. Okay, the 9 is return on asset. The return on asset of MUI Malaysia company is negative 1.9, negative 19.16%. It's the lowest percentage than return on asset of Asia, which is 7%. The difference between of two companies is 23.16%. Higher ratio indicate higher return on firm investment. That means Asia 5 show the higher ratio indicate compare MUI Malaysian. The conclusion: Asia found that year the return on firm investment. Okay, 10 is gross profit margin. The gross profit margin of Asia 5 is 35%, is the highest percentage than gross profit margin of MUI Malaysian company, which is 1%. The difference between two companies is 34%. That means MUI Malaysia company show the sale is higher. 11 is operating margin. The operating margin of Asia 5 is 12%, has highest percentage than operating margin of MUI Malaysian company is negative 0.32%. The difference of percentage between the company is 12.32%. The operating profit margin ratio indicates how much profit a company makes paying for variable cost of production. 12 is net profit margin. The net profit margin of MUI Malaysian company is negative 1090.89%, is the lowest than net profit margin Asia 5, which is 15%. That's how better income to shareholder. And the third thing is asset turnover. The asset turnover of MUI Malaysian company is 0.00175 is the lowest than asset turnover of Asia, which is 0.4x time. The difference value between two companies is 0.47825, and the last is day sale inventory. The day sale inventory of Asia is 188 days is lower than the inventory of MUI Managing Company, which is 65,179 days. The difference between two companies is 64,991 days. This in inventory indicate the average time required for a company to convert its inventory into sale. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
I'm Nur Azhar Shafika binti Azhar. My matric number is A18A0557. Suggestion and justification and conclusion. 4.0 Suggestion and justification. We analyze the profitability measures indicate the different kind of ratio. In net profit margin, return on assets and returns on equity show Asia 5 more profitable compared to MUI Malaysia Company. Net profit margin is found decreasing for MUI Malaysia Company during 2017 and 2018, while net profit margin for Asia 5 is found increasing during 2017 and 2018. But in 2019, the MUI Malaysia Company has the lowest net profit margin and Asia 5 has higher net profit margin. For return on asset and return on equity of Asia 5 is found stable, means that they not have up and down during 2017 and 2018. But in 2019, it has decreased. For MUI Malaysia Company, the return on equity and return on assets in 2017 and 2019 have experienced a relatively much decrease. But in 2018, return on asset and return on equity show that it increased. In addition, the Asia 5 also always show that it's higher percentage than MUI Malaysia Company. We summarize that the Asia 5 is better condition for profitable. We can conclude that Asia 5 and MUI Malaysia Company have the best performance. There is various suggestions to improve their organization. First, the company need to have a clear business plan. Second, you must always keep up-to-date accounting records and tackle problems when they arise. 5.0 Conclusion. We can conclude that every company has the different financial ratio. By using 14 financial ratios, capital structure ratio and investment of Asia 5 and MUI Malaysia Company in that table has been calculated. The MUI Malaysia Company and Asia 5 have a stable statement income each year. Each company show the gross profit for every year increase and show the positive statement. In addition, the financial most important to determine the strengths and weaknesses of the company. Using the financial ratio will help us to understand the business risk of the firm.